This podcast has been rated NC-17 in parody for its frequent violence, adult language, substance use, and sexual situations. Please do not be offended. This is just a game, and we are enjoying ourselves. This is not officially rated, and thank you for joining us.
To make sure I don't forget anything, here's a pre-recorded message. Be aware, this may contain triggering content. It's not our intention, but with 7 people in a roleplay environment, it is possible, Kupo. We have a link to the shop in the description. Also, Deuce's TikTok for art. Just go check out all the links in the description, Kupo.
Mental health is a serious topic. If you're experiencing mental health problems, big or small, please seek professional help. Everyone needs a helping hand sometimes. And other times, just having someone in your corner is nice.
Now, let's get to the live stream. And don't forget to like, subscribe,
and obey.
I'm ready.
Always prepared, never ready.
I'm ready.
Alright, we are live. Thank you for joining us, everyone who's watching. At the moment, that's 0 people. But in the future...
They're included.
I include everyone, past, present, and future. I know they will be watching this back in 1989.
1989.
God, the good old days.
We're on some other shit tonight. All right.
Yes, we are. This is what happens when I come off a 3-day depressive episode, though, so...
That's fair.
You know, the things that we use don't work. It's great.
Right? Technical difficulties on the character sheets. So much fun.
Absolutely.
So, who's doing the recap?
You, unless someone else wants to volunteer.
Yeah. It's always me. Okay. So, last we left off, we fucked around in the tower and found out. Let's see. Other things happened. That was most of the episode, though.
I ain't got the entire episode.
We ended up solving the puzzle, right?
Yep.
A couple of them.
Yep, you solved the entire puzzle, both sides of it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we solved the entire puzzle, or at least to our knowledge, we solved the entire puzzle.
Yeah. Oh, which I realized as you were doing everything. I ended up cutting in early because I got detail mixed up in my head. It was supposed to be when you lowered it back to 1 floor, and I had it just as soon as you aligned it at 5 floors, so... You were on your way to doing it, so you would have had it anyways, but... I suddenly reversed a detail in my head.
So we did all that, which was cool. I'm trying to think if there's anything important that really,
You got some books.
Stands out. I did get some books. Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Captain Flowers wasn't here, so he wouldn't know what the name of one of those books was. Chaos Penguins.
That's true. We got bonuses from solving one of the puzzles, which was cool. I think most people use their bonuses, though, in the combat.
I did not.
Half of the party used their bonuses, roughly. Because Deuce still has his next heal is maxed, Wrath still has next breath weapon is maxed, and Captain Flowers has next skill check is a nat 20.
Quick, do a skill check.
Ow. Yeah, we made it a little bit further down the high road.
Yep. Twilight spent a while torturing the hermit.
Yeah.
And when you went to identify loot, in particular what you got from the mimic, you and Raph did it together and found yourselves back in the void, speaking to a small hurt child.
Yep. Definitely not creepy.
Right. Which, by the way, I'll throw this out as an apology. Not that I think anyone necessarily noticed it, especially after I was re-listening. It doesn't really. It may not have been obvious in my voice. I actually cut that cutscene early because I myself was personally starting to cry, because I relate way too hard to that personal character at that moment and the child abuse stuff that played into, or the abuse while in childhood, not necessarily child abuse specifically, but so there'll be more with that child in the future, but I will be approaching it differently to maintain my own mental stability, seeing as child abuse and bad things to children is kind of a veil for me as it starts. Skinning a child didn't cause this problem, though.
Does that mean with the hermit? Did I make you cry, really? Or was that...
No, not the hermit. The stuff when they were dealing with the child.
It's okay. The hermit makes me cry, too.
The hermit makes everybody cry.
Well, I mean, I can't really remember the child part of it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we hit the end of the chapter, so I'm doing a recap at the end of each chapter for what happened over the whole chapter.
There you go.
So yeah, but that's where we're picking up tonight, is you all were laying down to camp. But to kind of recap the entire chapter up to point since the start of the campaign, you all were chosen for the adventure to go out on the high road. The creepy old hermit from the cave who performs miracles came down, managed to convince everyone to meet for a ritual. Oh shit. Isekai moment. Our first attempt at threatening the hermit's life. Met Patches, got the rings so that he'll be the shopkeep. Decided to go find a missing boy, who you found eventually was skinned after returning the demon wearing his skin to the parents. After realizing that you had done that, you went to go hunt down the demon, where you collected an athame of significant value. Return the child to the parents with a potion to bring the child back to life, and do what you can there. You also agreed to take a bunch of wolves back up to their home and help them get it. Shortly outside of the town, you encounter some giant squirrels, almost fought them, and then made the reasonable decision of just giving them some food and letting them go. At which point you all felt some of your power returning, some of the skills and knowledge, aka level 2. As you continued down the high road, things just kind of got weird really fast on a regular basis. Encountering harpies, almost setting the forest on fire, strange cave with like chocolate and gingerbread cookie monsters, where you went to sleep there, woke up where you had originally been setting up camp. You found love potion number 9 in there, as well as a bunch of potions. You ended up getting back to the cave where the wolves lived. You cleared it out, stopped a lich from being born, where you found a journal, which at present appears to have been written by Wilfred Goldrudder, based on information you found in the tower. So it seems that wizard may have been this influential archmage person. You ended up bringing back the wolf family's father. You brought him back to life, where they empowered you all and then vanished. Alongside Pixie, who left the party, and Twilight joined you. Continuing on, you eventually came into a goblin village, started helping teach them and help them build everything they needed for crops, gathering water, teaching them how to hunt more effectively / prepare the food better. Turns out, April Fools, the town never really existed. Had a touching moment with the hermit during the village, and then afterwards it kind of all got thrown out the window. To which you then got back on the road again and found yourself at the tower, where you cleared out some goblins that were highly aggressive, weren't anything like the other goblins previously. You also fought animated armors, some oozes, animated swords. It got a little crazy. You solved the puzzle, found the mimic down below, defeated it, and these strange duck items, as well as had a little conversation with Risha, Wrath did, to reaffirm or not his faith. I shouldn't be speaking on how Wrath feels about that interaction. This was, of course, following a dream he had, where he experienced the demise of his crew and ship back in the day during that dream. And now you're all beginning to head off. The hermit is trying to be helpful while still being on your bad side. And he seems to be slowly learning how to interact without being a total asshat.
Weird.
He's trying, but it's hard when you're only ahead.
You should get ahead.
You're not sure how much further down the road his body might be. You have traveled another few hours. Night is coming, and it is time. Well, it's not coming. It's a couple hours into the night. Time to rest. Everyone is probably fairly tired from everything that happened with how early the day started, and even though Wrath and Nick had been unconscious for 8 hours, that was not a sleep. You got no rest out of that. And you also realize that all of your stomachs kind of start to grumble, except Pius's, because you haven't eaten since you woke up.
I just start handing out good berries.
All right, everyone. Good berries for dinner.
You get a good berry, and you get a good berry.
I'm
You
sorry,
all
I'm
get
gonna be
good
AFK
berries.
for just a second. Work just called me. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yay, berries.
Yay, berries. Do we have anything specific we're trying to do as we lay down to go to sleep?
I do not believe so. For me, at least.
Be up for a little while.
What are you going to be doing while you're up there, Captain Flowers? Going to be designing
I'm going to
a
be
gun?
studying. I might be designing a gun.
Ruh-roh.
You know what? Before we go forward, I should re-describe. As you're all settling down to camp, you suddenly start to remember more of the skills. Minus Tempest and Twilight, who are literally just developing these skills. The two of you seem to have figured out some new things that you can do. Everyone else, you kind of feel the power rising up in you, and boom, you can tell this is level 3. And you can also feel the rings of the astral shopkeep. Energy seems to not really burst, but tingle up your arm, through your shoulder and into the base of your spine. Feels almost like it's tugging at your very being and settling in, almost merging with you.
This feels weird.
Captain Flowers, you'll probably want to spend some time actually, since you did Battlesmith, here at 3rd level. You get a companion, you get a construct. You'll probably be spending the night building that. At least a part of it.
Oh, I'll be making something alright.
Because you definitely have enough parts.
Oh, I have parts alright.
Pius starts like tapping on the ring.
Hello. How does this thing work?
So Pius, did you have anything you actually wanted to purchase or sell at the moment?
Before I tell you, How many items are we allowed to buy?
You can buy, sell as much as you have money for and items to do with.
Fuck yeah. Oh, this is going to be fantastic. I would like to buy 4 items.
So as you're thinking about these items, like tapping it, trying to figure out how it works, because like you would like to purchase something, you all see blue light kind of flash out from it, almost like a laser pointer, and then start to expand like a Holovid from Star Wars. And you see a blue digital patterned hologram of Patches standing there. It's a bit late, but I'm glad to see you're still alive.
Oh, we are very hard to kill.
That is what I was hoping for.
I would like to procure a few items from you, Patches.
And what are you looking for today?
Are you sitting down?
Laying down, but that's close enough. You notice that the movements of the hologram don't necessarily seem to be in line with his words and how he's speaking. It seems mostly like the hologram is just kind of stand still, except the mouth that's moving in perfect unison.
Quick question before we continue. What about our loot that we earned last week?
Yeah, I guess we never really divided that out. We divided out the gold.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if we should divide out the loot, that way we can sell and trade with Patches, or whatever. I was just throwing that out there.
That's fair. It might be worth actually finishing dividing that out. Pius, you took the arm blade though, right?
Oh, we never put it in the loot in the rewards section.
Yeah, it ended up going into campaign talk. I'm sitting on it. There's the arm blade, rapier, staff of flowers, staff of swarming insects, mariner's clothes, and clothes of the fallen.
I think I'm the only one that can use the arm blade anyway. I think it said it's for...
Yeah, it went in, it's for a construct. So it went to you.
I think it's at like level 14. Captain Flowers will be able to use it.
Oh, okay.
Because artificers eventually gain the ability to ignore racial, class, etc. requirements for attunement.
That's nifty.
Yeah, they also, by level 20, if he were to go full artificer the whole time, can attune to 6 magic items at a time.
Yeah. And we divided up the 1,459 gold.
Yeah, we divided that one up.
And the 2 stabs and 2 clothes were just regular, right? There wasn't anything special about those ones.
That was pre-identify. The 2 saves, 2 clothes are the Staff of Flowers, Staff of Swarming Insects, Mariner's Clothes, and Clothes of the Fallen. The rapier arm is the arm blade.
Got it. Alright. And then I have a bag of holding.
Yeah, you took the bag of holding out of that.
Was that the bag of holding that I took? I thought it was the previous bag of holding that I got.
The last bag of holding was back at the Shamrock Dragon. And,
and
you gave that one back to Captain Flowers after he threw a bit of a stink, I think.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So,
actually,
I have a bag of...
Flowers had a bag of holding at the time, too.
Yeah. Captain Flowers already had the bag of holding.
So
I want it because I raced... I want it because I raced Twilight for the other one, and waited for Twilight to cast a spell, and I took it because she shapeshifted to try and cheat, and so I trapped her in a sphere and and just walked across the finish line.
Yeah, so
don't remind me, it was so traumatizing.
So this bag of holding can go to Twilight.
I thought Tempest had it.
Unless Tempest wants it, yeah. I mean, you two can argue about who has it or who wants it.
Well, does Tempest have a bag of holding?
No.
No. Me and Flowers are the 2 with bag of holdings right now.
Give it to Tempest. Tempest should have it.
Okay, so Tempest, you have that bag of holding.
I guess I do now.
That's what we're.
Yeah,
Yes.
because I thought you took the bag of holding when at the
I don't remember.
stuff.
I didn't remember anybody laying claim to that one. That's why I'm bringing it up now. Although
Okay.
I do have it. Okay.
by the end of that session, I was so burnt. Like,
right? Like, it had been brought up, and that there were books, and that you could kind of go on a spree. So I thought you were literally taking that bag of holding because it was brought up.
Well, because I
in
had the
that
previous
stint.
one though.
Yeah, I think at that moment,
forgot.
because we were burnt out, you forgot you already had one.
Yeah. So I've got a bag of holding. Tempest has a bag of holding, and Captain Flowers has a bag of holding.
Yep.
I can
May I have
replicate
the
bags of
insect,
holding.
may I have the insect,
The staff of swarming insects.
Yes, may I?
Yeah, I've got a staff of power. I'm not. That's yeah. You can have.
You okay with that, Tempest?
I don't want bugs. I'm good.
Okay, we're great.
I also don't think Tempest uses staves.
I mean, she could really use anything she wants for the most part.
And Monk's OP.
Yeah, I mean, it gets a little weird because, like, technically it's supposed to be only, like, monk weapons to be able to flurry of blows.
Oh, and I wanted the robes of the fallen.
Yeah.
But they count as medium armor.
But
you said robes specifically, right?
Yes, they are not a medium armor in this fashion.
Got it.
Same with the Mariner's clothes. They're just clothes. They're not armor. They provide no bonuses other than their enchantment.
Yeah, because the robes of the fallen give speak with dead and animate dead.
Yep.
So I wanted those. Unless anybody else wants them.
I mean, I think you said anime dead instead of animate dead, so you know.
Anime dead.
So kawaii.
They're animated. I am just gonna bring Monkey D. Luffy into our reality every time. He now just exists here with us. And then if I get bored, it's gonna be Alphonse. So mostly because I want to get into his armor. Yes, in a sexual way. No.
Jesus.
No, he's a child. That's wrong.
Well, I mean, technically, by a point, he stops being a child. Technically.
I mean,
he'll grow up. He'll grow up.
Is it infinite soulless entity ever really a child? Like, come on.
Can we change the subject?
Why don't we ask the hermit?
We don't need to have a debate about lollies on stream.
Okay.
Although he would be a Shotokan, right? Not a lolicon.
Oh my god.
No, I think that would be Swallow's department, not Lolly's.
Oh my lord.
Anyway.
I'm gonna poop you all.
He's away from swallowing a bullet right now.
You want me to heat it up for you? I can heat it up for you.
Fucking Captain Flowers builds a gun and immediately shoots himself.
I made a gun, guys! Ah, Lord! Ah!
What's down this cylinder?
He shot himself, oh Lord!
Oh god.
Oh my god.
But okay, yeah. The robes of the fallen would be awesome. For me.
Yeah, you can go ahead and take those. So we still have the Mariner's clothes and the Staff of Flowers, which aren't super useful unless you're in like some weird specific situation.
I can take the Staff of Flowers if nobody's claiming that as well.
You're just gonna carry around 2 quarterstaffs in your hand?
Why not? I gotta make honey for the bees.
I summon bees and then I summon sunflowers.
Right!
What?
Wrath, you normally do the math on dividing up the gold and everything. Did you do that with that? with that last set? Do you remember if you divided up that?
I did. It was
1,000.
like 243 gold each, and Wrath got one leftover piece.
Yeah, I know Wrath always takes, as the person who does the dividing up,
Yeah.
Wrath always gets the leftover.
If I'm remembering correctly, it was 243 each.
So we should all have about the same amount of money.
Roughly.
So can I get a money count from somebody else to make sure that I've updated my...
Oh.
Yeah, you got 246 gold coins.
4,659.
Yeah, if I could open up Twilight's character sheet, I know Twilight is like spot on because I've been literally doing the math every time for her.
Yes, so
but I can't
I'm
get
just,
Twilight
I
open.
was just throwing that up there. I didn't even count, so it just sounded nice.
Twilight, your character sheet won't open. God, Relgate is being a jerk tonight.
Let me see if it'll load for me.
It's gonna be really hard for y'all to do your shopping if you can't like subtract your gold and know how much you have.
This is why I also have my character sheet on D&D Beyond. I planned ahead.
Yeah, that's why it's nice to have backups, is in case the server on one goes crazy.
Yep. That's why it's also but because D&D Beyond is my backup, I don't know if my gold count is accurate on here. I've got 3 platinum, 1,319 gold, 4,580 silver, and 25,581 copper. But I don't know how accurate that is.
That sounds fairly accurate. The copper and silver pretty much all came out of one pile. That really hasn't changed since you got it. And the gold, it was like just under 2,000, I think.
I think I'm missing the 200 some odd from the last one. I don't think that got added to this. That's what I was making sure of. Because I'm missing because let's see, 1,000. You said it. Because it's 1,459 divided by
6.
Divided by 6.
Yeah, 243 gold, and then there was one left over afterwards.
I think that's missing from this count. So
it might be. And I'd use Tempest, but Tempest was a little behind you guys on gold count, so...
I have 4,655 gold.
That's not right.
That would mean that everyone has a lot more gold than I thought.
I also have 4,659.
Yeah, then 4,659, because we got 2 people with that number,
okay.
So that's the correct number.
Really? So I was right almost?
Kind of. I can't get your character sheet open, so...
I thought me and Pixie should have more, though, as well, right?
Well, Pixie
because
isn't around. Twilight kind of got the scraps, so Twilight might be the one that's a little behind.
We ended up... Well, because Pixie ended up selling the clothes to Patches.
Oh, yeah, you all divided out Pixie's loot amongst everybody.
Okay, that already got calculated.
And then Twilight came in before you actually got the big score, so...
Well, not the clothes that Pixie found in the, at her wardrobe at her place. We didn't divide that out because nobody has access to it.
Me and you worked it. You paid me, though, for helping, right? I thought that got worked out. Me and you worked that out. Did it not?
Well, no. Pixie had all that money, but all of Pixie's money got handed to Wrath, who then divided it out to everybody.
Got it. That's what happened. Yep.
Yeah.
But I paid off, but she paid off of, whose debt did she pay off? Was it you guys?
Wrath's.
It was mine.
No. It was Wrath.
Yeah.
And
so
then
she paid off your
the
debt.
remaining amount of gold that Pixie had got divided out equally between everyone.
Okay, so
there's an argument to be made that Wrath actually got a bigger cut.
We've got 2 people with 4,659. Let's just call it there.
Yeah.
I have 3 platinum from somewhere. Just got that.
So I guess Twilight's taking the Mariner's clothes and the Staff of Flowers then?
Why are you
Unless
taking
someone
the-
else wants to
I'll just
claim
take
them.
I'm back.
I'll just take the staff of flowers, but anybody else can have the clothes. I mean,
If no one wants it, I'll take the Mariner's clothes. I figured flowers. You don't want it? You wear armor?
I should be good. I haven't been hit yet. I've been still alive.
Captain
For
Flowers
now.
should be wearing armor. He has proficiency up to medium. Yeah, I'm going to track these changes in a text document so I can update it later if Rollgate will work with me later.
Were y'all
I don't know
asking
why I
how
can
much
open up my
money we're on this
character
one?
sheet.
Yeah, we were wondering. You probably have the most accurate, so.
I keep very good tally of my money.
How much
Here
does
you go.
Wrath have currently?
It is in campaign talk.
Helpful. Yeah, and Wrath would have a little bit more gold than the rest of you because of taking the leftovers. But that's roughly the numbers that all of you were saying, so.
Yeah, we're right on track.
Yeah. You all
I
are
somehow
right on track.
I somehow fell way behind.
Yes, you did.
Wrath meticulously counts his coin.
Yeah, so we have that all sorted out. We have our loot from last session divided out. And yeah, you've got patches summoned. Speaking to Pius specifically at the moment.
Voice change.
I would like a few items if you don't mind, Patches.
Well, of course, that's why I gave you the rings after all.
No need for the smart alecks.
That's fair. That's fair. I wouldn't want to piss off my favorite customer.
Don't lie to me, either. But this is business, so we will continue. I would like goggles of night, a cloak of protection, a brooch of shielding, and a circlet of human perfection.
Okay. So I'm trying to keep up just me, the human, versus Patches. That was Goggles of Night. What was the second one?
Cloak of protection.
I can
Cloak of
replicate those.
Protection. Yeah, you kind of can. Brooch of Shielding and then Circlet of Human Perfection.
Yes.
I am unaware of what the Circlet of Human Perfection does.
Let me read it for you. The circlet of human protection, or perfection, transforms its attuned wearer into an attractive human of average height and weight. The circlet chooses the physical characteristics of the form, such as age, gender, skin color, hair color, and voice, except for size. The wearer's statistics and racial traits don't change, nor do items worn or carried by the wearer. Removing the circlet ends the effect.
So it sounds like it's actual physical change. Like, so if you became like 5 feet 6 inches, like you'd actually be 5'6". If someone reached over your head, they're not going to hit the robot.
Right, and I can also, I think, taste things and eat.
Yes, you can. You'd be able to experience a whole lot of things, including needing to go to the bathroom.
Uh-oh. That's new. Why is my stomach rumbling after I've eaten this raw bacon?
Like, theoretically, like, there are actually a lot of game statistics that should change because suddenly you're going to have organs you didn't have before. Like with defecation, you'd need to eat all of a sudden, you'd need to sleep. The fact that it says you don't, nah, you don't have to go to the bathroom. You don't change statistics. So all of those are uncommons, right?
Yes.
So that's 200 gold each, so 800 gold. Yeah. You notice that the hologram of Patches kind of just puts his arms behind his back and then brings them back. And he's got like 2 of the items in his left hand, 2 in his right, and he moves it together so he's holding all 4 with both hands and then outstretches them towards you. They still look to be blue holograms. And it seems to be offering them out for you to take them.
Oh, thank you.
And then I take them.
So as you put your hands on them to grab them, they begin to physically manifest. Like, you feel them actually forming in your hand.
Very nice. I'm gonna put all of them on.
And he doesn't seem to ask you for payment at that point. He told you the total, of course, before you accepted and everything. But he doesn't seem to ask for payment after you take them.
I'm gonna take 800 gold and attempt to put it in the ring.
So as you open up your bag, your little money pouch of holding, and go, like, you can tell that your gold pile is significantly smaller. As if the money was already taken.
I am concerned by your access to my gold pouch, but I reluctantly trust you.
It's more about trusting Jessica, I think, than me. I didn't make these. It's just an inherent part of making the deal. Once it's made, it cannot be broken.
Well, very well then. Thank you.
You're welcome. And then he kind of just fades out. Since the business with the person who summoned him is concluded.
I'm sorry, I was AFK whenever the summoning happened. Did we all watch this happen?
Yes, all of you saw it. And you just kind of had a quick conversation with Patches and purchased some items. Basically, Patches shows up blue hologram. He handed over hologram items, and when Pius took them, they physically manifested at that moment. And then Pius noticed that the gold just kind of automatically came out of his money pouch on its own.
Okay. Excuse me. I'll go ahead and try and replicate what he did to summon Patches. Also, is Rollgate broken for y'all again?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
Which is part of why I'm trying to track it all, like, physically, so I can make sure it all gets updated properly later.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jess.
What is going on with Rollgate?
More than likely, they're having server issues. That's what that's the behavior it's giving off, is server issues.
Yeah, bad
I just got logged in.
Yeah, so now I'm just gonna take it that for whatever reason, there are just a crap ton of people on right now.
This is our D&D night, damn it.
Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
How do I contact the patch? Do I have to interact with the hologram Patches? Because I don't have a way to summon him.
I thought you were given a ring of the Astral Shopkeep.
I don't think it was ever given to me.
Yes, you
It
were.
was.
Yes, you were. The party didn't even give it to you. Patches gave it to you when you first encountered him. So when you see Pius do this, you recognize that that looks just like the ring that you were given by Patches.
Alright, I'm waiting my turn now. Unless he can be summoned multiple times.
Do y'all want to test that?
I was trying to replicate what Pius did to summon him on my own ring.
So Tempest, Wrath, both of you like pull out the ring and like you're like, oh shit, I got purchases too. Let's do this. And kind of before you can really do anything, because all of you felt the same thing with the ring on, where it just kind of connected up to your spine and almost integrated itself with you. But as soon as you just like, oh shit, I got purchases too, before you can do anything like trying to tap on it like he did or anything like that, just boom, light pops up, hologram patches for both of you. And you hear an echo as both version of patches simultaneously. Welcome, friends, to Patches Emporium. Seems you all are very thrilled to get my services tonight. What can I do for you?
Would you like to go first, Tempest?
Okay. Baldy, help me out here. Do you have, like, papers, blueprints, things I could start drawing on, sketching on, other things like that in books?
Absolutely, I can get you 10 blueprints for 1 copper.
Sweet, that's an easy one. Where's my other 500 gold?
Yes, you noticed that debt of 500 you owed him just seems to have been taken out of your money automatically.
I don't oppose this, but warning next time, I could have been saving.
Well, as I told Wrath, no purchases for me until you pay your debt.
Okay, well,
It's true, he said that.
It auto-paid. Where's my stuff?
Your debt was paid, but what did you want? Again, that was 10 blueprints for 1 copper. You see him reach behind his back, and at this point, some of you would be, like, on both sides of him, being able to look behind him as he does this. But only the one interacting with Tempest motions like this, and it reaches behind its back and seems to just kind of pull these holograms out of a non-existent, like, shelf or cupboard or something like that, and pulls them back around and goes to present them to you.
Sweet! I grab. Okay, I'm good with him.
My turn then?
Yep, sounds like it's Rat's turn.
Alright, Patches. I got a couple of weird requests, but let's go over the simple ones. And just for your sake, I already typed them all out there in the campaign talk. But first, I need another cloak of many fashions. Unfortunately, my last one met an end in my life. Secondly, I would like a pair of goggles. Some know them as the Eyes of the Eagle. A house of cards, and a couple of tobacco pipes. And he kind of, whenever he says tobacco, kind of shifts his eyes around to see who's actually paying attention.
He kind of slides the word. A couple of tobacco pipes.
Right.
It's someone say tobacco.
But in addition to these things, I'm also looking for a way to take the goggles that I requested and upgrade the enchantment to include dark vision, if that's possible.
Oh, more than possible. If you'll give me just a moment to get you the other items you're requesting.
Of course.
I'll have to give you these ones as well, just to make the process go smoothly. But after I do so, we'll disconnect this call, and instead of thinking about the things you wish to purchase, think about the enchantment instead.
Will do. The final thing that I'm looking to purchase, and I described to him the stone that I needed to continuing enchanting my, what's it called, a hag stone?
Yeah.
So I'll describe that material to him. If you have any of this, it would be of great help as well.
Let me see, because I don't remember the name off the top of my head. let me pull it up out of the items, because it's some of the name stuff. It's not like I've actively used them necessarily a ton. There it is. And I've got a spreadsheet for a game, a video game, to develop, which has really helped me track it.
Thank you.
It's called Tetrasite.
Tetrasite.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and there it is.
Oh.
That is how it's spelled. As for how much you would need, it really depends on the enchantment. Just because enchanting, like doing it yourself, it's essentially materials equal to half the cost of purchasing it. That you would need for it, so it depends on exactly what it is. And there are other materials normally involved to a certain degree,
Right.
just depending on exactly what the item is. But he is... Just because enchanting something that's common rarity would mean 25 gold pieces worth of.
I'm willing to pay like 500 gold worth of this tetrasite.
So typically you need tetra oil, 2 words.
Okay.
Tetra oil tends to be another very common one, especially if you're looking to enchant accessories like rings and such.
Actually, can we say I had a conversation with Flowers, being our local enchanter person, to get a list of these things so that I can ask for them? Since Flowers hasn't been here.
Yeah, we can assume that you've been talking to him, because I'm not actually sure what the heck you want to actually enchant. So you can just mark
Wrath
off.
isn't sure either at this point.
You can just like mark off for the moment 500 gold pieces, or you can even just wait until the time you're actually like sitting down trying to enchant it. Patches recommends that if you're trying enchanting, just call him at the time you do it to get the materials.
Okay, that works. So we'll ignore that then. But yes, there's my list of things.
So he goes ahead, does the same maneuver of reaching behind. He's just pulling these things out. This time it takes him a couple of extra hand grabs. So he pulls out like half of them, hands them to you, reaches back, pulls out the second half, and again, the gold has just been taken from your pouch.
Very good. I appreciate it.
I'm not sure what rarities those are, but that is why I sent all that information in lore, was so you could work on those calculations as well.
Yep.
Especially for someone who tracks their money as thoroughly as you.
Appreciate it.
And then he goes ahead and ends the call, and just like with Pius and Tempest before, just it fades out.
Alright. I'll come back around to hit him up again to change this enchantment.
Did anyone else have anything they wanted to speak with Patches about? Whether purchase or sell? Because I know you all have some excess crap.
I'm good.
I choose Amazon. Can I go through Amazon instead of Patches? I heard they have better deals and they're quick delivery.
If you can invent it, yeah.
Yeah, the ring seems to respond to this, and hologram of Patches shows up. And the hologram this time seems much more animated, as if it is a full, legitimate copy of him. And he looks you up and down. I don't recognize you, but you seem to behave a lot like Pixie.
Mm-hmm. No, Pixie was nice.
Some may argue that, but I know from her past and her backstory, you could call it, a lot of people don't agree.
I don't know. I'm a different person. You're comparing me to somebody who I don't even know.
Yes, you do.
Speaking of, this is my 4th summon here with your little group. I don't see Pixie with all of you. What happened to her?
She was eaten.
There you have it.
That is unfortunate.
She wasn't eaten.
Oh, Captain Flowers, then what did happen to her if she wasn't eaten?
She ran off to live with some wolves for a bit.
I've thought about doing that, but the wolves in my world are quite a bit more intense, I believe is the word that I would like to use at the moment.
You mean they don't eat you?
No, they definitely eat you. With
that's
absolute prejudice sometimes.
Intense is an understatement.
Well, I hear they're better than penguins, by the way.
I am not sure about that, Captain.
Are you siding with the penguins on this one?
No, I am against everything that is penguins or wolves, actually. Especially in Patch's original world.
Good.
I was going to say, against all things wolves, well, I bet Nellie L wouldn't be happy to hear that, but since you made the distinction of my world...
Yes.
I think Nellie L can forgive you if she ever knew.
Unfortunately, I'm very familiar thanks to the other one in my head of all of your worlds that you come from.
And can you blame me for my behavior in them, knowing how those worlds are?
No. But I still keep you on a short leash, just in case.
I wouldn't have it any other way, Pius.
Is it a kink or something?
For the right coin, it can be whatever you want, Tempest.
What is a kink? Never mind. I have just received images in my head that I cannot unsee. I hate this person inside of me so much.
Oh, killed it.
Scarred.
Inspiration. I can't.
Oh, that's the wrong chat. No wonder that's not rolling correctly. Alright, it does say human in D&D context. That would be, they're human mechanically, aka Nuri in this world. But just human perfection and being that they're all human, I went ahead and rolled out randomly which race you look like too there.
Cool.
Amongst other
What did
things.
I get?
Let me pull up our core races real quick. Oh no, what page is it on? In a really weird spot.
Please be a fox. Please be a fox. Please be a fox.
Please be a fox. Please be a fox.
What does the fox say?
I don't know, but I'm gonna adopt it. I'm adopting him if
somehow
the fox says does not compute.
Okay. I'm gonna have to do this a different way than I was planning on.
What does the fox say? It's the AOL dial-up noise.
Jeez. Guys, we're gonna have to find a way to keep his mouth closed forever.
I'm gonna re-roll that percent, and we will go with because I'm gonna have to just look at all races instead of just the core race book. 3 brackets. 1 to 33 is some type of furry race like Tabaxi. 34 to 66 will be your typical human races, much more like elf, dwarf, Nuri, and above that will be exotic races like Aasimar and Tiefling and...
Whoa. I would like to put in a request.
Yes?
Can I want if a 1 is rolled on the percentile, if a 1% is rolled on, he's a gnome.
You fucker.
And if it's a 2, it's a goblin.
Oh no. Stop giving her ideas.
Gnome falls in the standard human, goblin falls in the exotic. So I'll be rolling another percent then.
Please be under 33.
78. You are an exotic race.
God damn it.
So we are gonna say there is a 10% chance of goblin. And then the next 10% above that will be kobold. Well, not kobold, a gnoll.
Oh. I do have a gnoll character.
Yeah, your gnoll is sexy too, which is just gonna bother me.
Yeah.
No, 90, so some other exotic race.
Damn. I really wanted to roleplay as Gore.
Yeah, I'm basically just going to go through it. I'm going to pick one specifically now that I've got it. Too bad it wasn't furry, because I would have given you Vulpin.
Yeah, Gorgon.
What are Vulpins?
Vulpin are a fox race.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just request Gorgon, by the way?
Yeah, I did. Medusa looking motherfucker.
So
you appear to be an Earth Ganassi female.
Huh. Okay. So, question. Do you have to roll this every time, or is this every time I put on the circlet, this is what I look like?
Every time. It'll basically just, we're gonna call it like that's how the circlet of human perfection changes you, even if it's a different one.
Okay.
That's just the way the magic interacts with you specifically.
Okay.
So yeah, average height would still put you at that like 5'7", basically.
Mm.
But very attractive. Essentially, you just got a 20 in your appearance score for as long as you use it.
Fucking hell.
Which is kind of OP. Most of the items that do that are rare, but some of them are uncommon. So we can honestly just, it works. It's an uncommon.
Okay.
19, not 20, because they normally set it 20.
I'm okay with this.
As far as what was going to happen on a 100, I was just going to make him turn into another Warforged.
Oh, that would have been cruel.
Yeah, so
All right,
that's how that one's going to work for you.
Where are we with people shopping?
If Nick has anything to purchase, it would basically be Nick's turn.
Okay. I'll tap my ring. And I will go, hey, Patches. I don't need to change an enchantment level on an item. I need to change alignment on an item.
So just because I was
How
chewing a
much
chip
would that-
and I couldn't respond properly at that moment when you first summoned him. When you first summoned me, Nick, my second favorite customer, right behind Pius.
That's extremely rude.
We're gonna work on being number one today. My first question is if I wanted to change the alignment on an item, how much would that cost me?
Well, the first question would be what rarity it is. The stronger the magic, the more difficult it is, period. No matter what you're trying to do.
Okay, it is this, and I will pull out the Archmage's robes.
A legendary.
Robes of the Archmage.
It would, if you're just trying to change like a little detail, would probably cost about 25,000. I don't think we'll be able to do that. The ring, unfortunately, is what limits us to what we can send back and forth. And since I doubt you've become strong enough to work with such complicated magics through this ring, it's going to be quite some time until we can actually help you with that. It'll also be a job much better for my sister.
Okay. That's fine with me, and I will, I'm actually going to do a new spell. While the robes of the Archmagi are in my hand, I will flick my wrist, and it will disappear into a pocket dimension.
Mm-hmm.
And I will go, in that case, there are 2 items I wish to purchase from you today, if you have them in stock. I would like to buy winged boots and Wand of the War Mage.
Yeah, he goes ahead and he pulls them out and goes to hand them to you.
I appreciate you and your business, sir. And I will sit down with my items.
He doesn't say anything, but he does, nod, acknowledging before fading out himself. So yeah, looks like everyone else is done with their shopping, Wrath. If you still had more.
I'll do the same thing, but I'll think about enchanting instead of purchasing items.
All right. You see the blue light, of course, come out again and begin to form, and it looks at first very much like it's just patches, but as it finishes forming, you realize it looks like patches, but with boobs, and a much higher pitched voice, but otherwise like identical. Oh, you must be Wrath. My brothers told me so much about all of you. What can I do for you?
Well, the first thing you could do is just simply, stand in place of patches, as you're much keener on the eyes. But the second would be, I have here these goggles, the Eyes of the Eagle they're called. And what I would like to do is enhance their ability to also give me dark vision, if that's possible.
So, Eyes of the Eagle and Goggles of Night, but as one item.
Yes.
Let's see. Those are both uncommon rarity, I believe.
That is true.
So that would make it come out to a rare in the final enchantment. 2,000 gold for a rare. Minus the 200 for its base. 1,800 gold.
I have the gold. Is it possible to do that today?
Absolutely. It'll only take me a few seconds.
Very well. And I'll, hold my hands forward holding the Eyes of the Eagle goggles.
So as she goes to grab them, you notice the exact opposite of when you purchased items, as they seem to just fade out and become blue holograms. She turns around, and for those of you that can see, behind her, it looks like she's working on some invisible table, and when she sets the Eyes of the Eagle on it, they seem to vanish as well. She does some hand symbols. It looks almost like there's magic coming from them. And after about 15 to 20 seconds, she turns back around to hand them to you.
Mm-hmm.
And they now, as you take them back and you actually get them, they still have the shape of the Eyes of the Eagle, but they have the green-tinted lenses of Goggles of Night.
Thank you very, very much. I assume you've already taken your cut?
Of course I have.
It's a pleasure doing this.
You can go ahead and call that item Eyes of the Night Eagle.
Okay.
And just make sure to note that it's Eyes of the Eagle, Goggles of Night. Both of the bonuses.
Thank you very much.
I don't remember, do either of those require attunement?
Yes.
So it requires attunement to use.
Okay. Roger that.
And Nick, were you working on attuning to those clothes of the fallen?
Yes.
Alright, so basically about the time everyone's gotten their things laid out, finished their purchases with patches, would be about the time you actually finish the attunement and the magic clicks and becomes one with you. And you hear a voice in your head. I'm Steve. Who are you?
What?
My name is Steve. Who are you?
My name is Nick.
It's nice to meet you, Nick. He seems to stay relatively quiet at that point, whoever this voice is.
How can we help you, Steve?
Don't rough me up too much, I guess? I mean, you are wearing me, so I'd prefer you don't, fall down any pits, light yourself on fire, things like that.
Oh, you're the robes, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. What I need is another voice in my head. Okay, Steve. I will do my best to not rough you up.
Yeah, that's all I can ask.
Is there anything I should know about these robes and about you?
Not that I can particularly think of. Yeah, if I think of anything, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Are you speaking telepathically or out loud? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Nick, are you saying all that out loud?
It depends. Is it in? It's just in my head.
You're hearing it in your head specifically, yes.
Then I would probably respond in kind.
Alright, yeah. It's all taking place in your head then. Yep, the clothes of the fallen are sentient. For no real reason.
Awesome.
Just some dude named Steve.
Steve went through a lot of shit.
No. Oh, okay. Alright, Steve. If there's anything specific that you require, you let me know.
Are you sure his name's not Alan?
Tempest, who couldn't hear any of this conversation in your head, just says that to you. Are you sure his name's not Alan?
I'm sorry, everyone was in here. I wanted to join.
Get out!
Okay!
Okay, I have a Steve in my brain. Okay.
Don't we all? Wrath will shake out his newfound cloak, and as he does so, it goes from being just a typical gray cloak to a long, almost like looking like a dragon's wing, but blue with like veins of white going up it. At the top, around the collar, it kind of tapers out with what looks like a tooth on each side where the tip of the collar would be. And he puts it on.
Ooh, dragon wing cloak. Love that aesthetic.
I just love this cloak. You can do so much with it.
Right.
I do have... Actually, do need to do a thing, because I realize I cannot attune to 4 things.
That is correct.
Did everyone else notice that I changed into a female Earth Genasi?
So this would be about the time you finish attuning and begin to change. Nick, while you're in thought and like, hi Steve, who are you? What are you doing in my head? That's when you all notice like Pius suddenly just whoop, super attractive female Earth Ganassi, which basically looks like a stupid, dirty person, yet still strangely attractive.
I feel quite weird.
Oh. It has Pius's inflection.
Why am I shorter? What? Oh.
Looks down.
Oh.
Pius.
My.
You do notice that your thoughts are happening a little bit different than you're used to as well.
Like, what do you mean? Like,
just because it's not a robotic mind processing things anymore. Like, you're still having your thoughts, but it seems different to you.
More fluid, less checks.
This is really weird, but I like it.
Wait. Pius?
Yes?
Wrath looks around to see what everyone else's reaction is. His mouth, his bottom jaw is like slightly hanging open, like,
Wrath, your mouth is open.
Is anyone else turning into anything weird?
I'm just gonna lean over and
a crocodile.
And push Wrath's mouth closed.
Thank you. I needed that.
Do I look bad? What? Why?
No, not at all.
The biggest thing to keep in mind at the moment is Pius was not wearing clothes. Pius is still not wearing clothes.
Yeah, Wrath is in such shambles right now.
So there is a full anatomically correct woman naked now.
Well, yeah, Pius wouldn't have like any reason to. I feel like he's not used to being naked, so like he wouldn't think about the concept, something like that. Yeah.
Wait, what about those pieces of plate you've been slowly putting on your person? Are those not there?
Actually, I forgot about that, because that is armor, and although technically actually, no, because it is integrated, it becomes a part of your body. You're still gaining the benefits without wearing it.
Nice.
Because it's just a part of you.
So I'm still naked, though?
Yes.
Okay.
Wrath will take the new cloak off, and as he pulls it off of him, it turns into a very large, like white wolf pelt cloak, and he'll just like hold it in front of him and walk towards you, trying not to look.
Why are you trying to? Oh,
just put this on. We'll talk about it after.
Tempest,
you think about the fact that you had an extra set of clothes that Wrath just threw in his bag because no one wanted them.
Nice tits.
Oh, I'm just gonna chuck those over without saying anything while this is all happening.
You'd have to get in Wrath's bag for that. But yeah, you're thinking about.
Okay, I'm rummaging through. I rummage through to get them.
So yeah, Tempest starts trying to rummage through your bag, Wrath, at the same time that Captain Flowers is like, nice tits. none of the sailor accent or anything, just like a totally normal, like, American accent all of a sudden.
I knew we should have never used these fucking rings. Get out of there! He'll start like swatting your hand.
I didn't mean to cause a fuss.
It's no fuss, just put some damn clothes on, would you?
Well, can you blame me? I am not used to wearing clothes.
You're probably not used to being what you are right now, either. But...
Well, no, but I can't say I'm not enjoying it. Oh, fine. Just give me the clothes.
Wrath was just swatting your hand. He wasn't actually, like, stopping you, just, like, Stop it.
So Tempest, you're able to get those mariners' clothes out, partially because of the way just bags work and they'd be close to the top.
Okay. Bastard.
So Pious, as is pretty normal for the world itself. I mean, maybe it stands out to all of you as players, and that's why I'm putting it out there. But you notice, like, as Pious is putting on the clothes, they just shift and form fit to the body.
Oh, thank God.
Is it this easy for everyone?
No.
No, not really.
Oh,
No.
well, I feel quite fortunate then.
Rat swings his cloak back on, and as it passes the part of the body that you can't see, it transforms back.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll you can have these back. I'll get some clothes later on.
Well, just hold on to them for now. We'll,
yeah. For now. But later on, I will give them back when I get different clothes.
If it's needed. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah, but for now, this is fun.
I'm sure. Can you... does it... I don't know how to not... It's... We were about to settle down for the night, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll talk about it in a moment. And he'll go back to his bag, and he pulls out a deck of cards. And I would like to make a show of it. He kind of does some shuffling tricks before doing the rummage spill where you just the whole deck onto the ground. And as he does so, he's going to use the House of Cards to make a very small, like 40-foot cube, like
Small
mini
40
castle.
foot?
Yeah, you know. It's like a small castle that fits in a 40-foot cube.
All right.
Like, it just, the aesthetic of it is like a card castle.
That is 40 feet by 40 feet by 40 feet. Because that's the way cubes work in D&D. So that's actually fairly sizable. This thing is absolutely massive compared to most places you all have been, like the Witch's Hut, the Druids, makeshift house, I mean, heck, it's probably bigger than half of your houses back in Pallet.
There is only one door and 4 windows that you can see from the front only. Like, all 4 of them face the front. By the way. Well, let's rest inside. It'd be easier to guard in there than it would out here.
Oh, we actually have a house now. This is nice.
It is.
Yes, and it is made out of playing cards.
Yep, the entire thing is made out of playing cards.
If you sneeze on it, will it fall over?
I'll say on the inside, one large room, kind of in the center, and then it divides off into one room for each of us. And there's a small dummy waiter area, or that's what it looks like, but obviously it doesn't actually function, except for the door that you can slide down in front of it for the head.
A little dummy waiter space specifically to put the hermit.
Yeah, you know, in case you didn't want to go to bed with him at night.
Yeah, so you each have like a little tiny, almost basically just a hostel room.
And once we get inside, Wrath will kind of put his things down and stretch out, and he'll pull out a smoking pipe that looks like it's made of some kind of bone with like a mini dragon's head to cup the bowl of the pipe. And he'll go ahead and put some tobacco in it and light it up. So, how this? And he'll gesture towards Pius.
Oh, it's the circlet.
An item you got.
Yes. I thought.
So just worth noting as you all walk into this house of cards, you notice you go from being outside where it's like 0 to 10 degrees maybe temperature wise, and you walk in and it's nice, it's warm, it's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's like just right temperature.
Ooh, comfy.
Comfy. Raph is tired of sleeping on the ground.
No, that's a fair point. You know? We're heroes, for God's sake. We deserve lavish, well, quote unquote lavish. What's the anyway?
Abode.
Yes. Yes, I procured a circlet of human perfection. It changes your appearance physically.
That's interesting.
I thought, I've been thinking about eating, and I wanted to try it.
As you say this, Wrath takes another larger puff from the tobacco than he had been taking, and he blows it out towards you. And as it comes towards you, it takes the form of a drake, not quite dragon in terms of body, more slim. And it kind of flies through the air and wait, like it would in the actual air, not just straight towards you, but it flows to the sides. And then as it gets kind of close to you, it just fades out into a normal puff of smoke.
And you can smell it, Pius.
That's what he was aiming for. He blew it right at your face.
Weirdly enough, I enjoy that.
Really?
Yes. Well, I guess I am an Earth Genasi, huh? So that would make sense.
Yeah, at about this moment, you start to realize that you're also, like, smelling the forest around you, and almost like fresh morning dew type smell. The smell of snow on the ground.
Oh, is this what I've been missing out on this entire time? Oh, it's beautiful. I don't know if I want to go back.
Well, maybe you don't have to.
Maybe. But for now, I'll enjoy it while I can.
That's fair enough.
Do you have any snacks?
Let's take a look. He'll start digging through his bag for some dried meat or something.
Yeah, I mean, you should have some. At the very least, your ration packs would have, like, beef jerky in them, basically.
I was trying to give someone else an opportunity to do something. I didn't want to take up all the spotlight.
Yeah, it's up to all of you. You're all in this house, and Wrath and Pius are having this discussion, and Pius has mentioned he would like to taste some food.
I still have the centaur steaks.
I'll try anything.
Yeah.
Food-wise, don't get any ideas, Captain.
For food?
I'll give them some mushrooms and some good berries.
Well, you already passed out the good berries. Like, you do have a couple of extra, though.
I got mushrooms.
Yeah, you got mushrooms, and you still have a couple of those berries from the good berry tree as well.
Oh, that's
that
right.
Taste like meat and have the texture of strawberries.
Pius is just gonna shovel all of this food into his mouth.
Wait, savor it! One at a time! Taste
wait,
each thing!
I'm gonna... Oh wait, I can't do that.
What do you mean, savor? It tastes great!
Yeah, that works.
Doesn't... Wait a minute. Doesn't he have to remember to breathe now or something?
I don't think that's something you really remember to do typically.
Yeah, you notice that as he's shoveling he, she. What pronouns would Pius want to go by now that he's got a female body?
Probably still he, because like it's still him on the inside. His voice just changed.
Fair enough. We got a
And
trans
Deuce is
man
still
in the
in
party. Yeah, you notice as all the food's been going in, as you've been talking, there's been no chest movements from breathing. None.
Interesting.
Is he on the ground yet?
Nope.
Is he
nope.
turning blue?
Nope, he seems perfectly okay.
Let's keep feeding him.
Nick, you also notice that every step that he's taken is left behind a dirty footprint as well. He does seem to be covered in dirt.
Get me cooking here. Well, I got them centaur steaks. Can I cook in here?
Yeah.
Arr.
I would love it.
Centaur steaks coming up.
Meat.
You're the good stuff.
All right, how are you setting up your fire in here?
Oh no, fire goes outside.
Someone finally paid attention.
Wrath is digging through his stuff still.
As you notice Captain Flowers like beginning his incantation for bonfire, you're like, oh hell no.
Yeah. No, fire outside. Destroy the house.
Alright, fine. I be going outside. I'll make them steaks. I'll be back.
I feel like I would follow Captain outside to like watch him cook the steaks and smell them and all that.
All right, Captain Flowers, go ahead and roll me a survival check.
Yes, let me roll you that survival check. What is my survival check?
We're gonna see what the quality is of your steaks, assuming you can also get your character sheet open.
I
Or
cannot.
I can.
Can you?
Hey! I did. It's a miracle. Your survival is a
Hallelujah.
+2.
Before you get out of it, can you see how many shots I have left in the demon's blood? Because I don't have that.
It was double digits. I remember that much.
Wait, isn't my next roll supposed to be like a nat 20?
12.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be nat 20 on your next skill check. That's right.
Yep, I make the
can't
most
get into
bomb.
wrath. Yeah, nat 20. You make the perfect. At like a 22 total, it wouldn't quite be like Gordon Ramsay or like one of those super elite chefs, but like this is the best possible steak you could get without paying like $10,000 at a freaking 5-star Michelin restaurant sort of thing.
Yeah, smell that. That's the smell of a steak. It's the greatest thing in the world.
While that cooking's going on, though, Nick, you do hear some like sniffling from your side, though.
Sniffling from my side?
Yes, sniffling.
Oh,
Like someone fighting back crying.
Hey, who's crying?
If you look down, you notice the hermit's head.
No.
He seems to be trying to fight it back and be quiet about it, but he can't quite keep it all in.
Okay, I will quietly adjust the hermit's head and move it closer. Like, what's going on, man? What's up?
It's just that I haven't been in a house since I was like 8 years old. It's so beautiful. You all are such wonderful people.
We try. and we do what we can to get along together. It's about building more than just a dependence. It's about creating a family that you enjoy being around. And although all of these people are crazy, they all do their own thing in a way that I may not do. They're important. And it's awesome.
He pretty much breaks down into like incoherent tears at this point. Just tears of joy, though, very clearly. Overwhelmed because it was pointed out he even has his own little bedroom space.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what we'll call it.
Yeah, he seems overwhelmed with joy, like he doesn't know this feeling.
It's okay. You just gotta relax and let things happen. It's important to, from what I have been taught, to let things go and let people do and express themselves, and you will have a good time along the way.
I want you to roll a persuasion check.
I'm not bad at that.
It's not possible for you to roll bad enough. He got a total 30, and the DC is 30 minus whatever you roll. You'd have to roll a 0 for him to fail.
That's a 15 plus 7, so that's 22.
Yeah, he a combination of the way you said it and kind of just like having to take things in stride, like don't let evil things happen to people, but also don't let it just build and break you down, basically. You give him really solid advice about how to deal with problems that are thrown at him in life. And he seems to really take it to heart and get a good idea, and he kind of starts to calm down. And he thanks you, but goes quiet again. Because he just doesn't know what to say. So he's just taking it in.
Look, I know that life is hard. Like, just in general, life is real hard. I can only imagine what your life looks like, and I'm not going to try and put myself in your shoes. But it's moments like this with people that you care about, trust, that you really need to just absorb. It's important. I try and teach Nick that. Try and teach people that. It's hard sometimes, as a whole, to just get through a day. But spending time with people that you care about and that you like, genuinely like, to spend time with is important. And you should take time to do that. And that's it. That's the secret to happiness. And a lot of people take it for granted.
So you notice him nod, and I mean, the best he can when he's just a head on your waist, at least. And he doesn't seem to really be any more upset. And you do remember that he's mentioned he's literally never had a friend, and that he grew up on the streets trying to get coin with no parents. So this may be the first time he's ever had a chance to be with people he cares about. And he does actually say something as he like attempts to nod, and he's like,
Well, I hope to spend a lot more moments like this with all of you. I care about you all a lot.
You need to be working on not being such a negative Nancy all the time when it comes to interactions with other people. And then you'd be fine. Bring good news every now and then, even if it's in small parts. I know that Twilight has her own issues with you, and Wrath and Pious can be short-tempered when it comes to interacting with you. But genuinely, I think that they blame you for a thing that I did. Because you didn't make us stand in those circles. You didn't make us live this double life. I did. That was me. And they're mad at you for it because you're the thing they can blame. That's okay. They'll blame me at some point, and they'll realize it.
So
when they do, I'll deal with those interactions.
Yeah, so this is all going on like in that main room of the house. And those of you inside, like, you can hear little parts of what's being said, probably, because the hermit's not necessarily being super quiet. It's hard for him to be quiet. So you don't catch everything Nick says, but you do notice that the two of them are having a conversation about how the party maybe doesn't like him so much, but, you know, maybe they're talking about ways he could try to be better.
Around the end of this conversation, Wrath will stand up from his bag, holding his pipe. He'll take a long drag and then blow it out, and as he blows it out, he starts walking forward. And over one of his shoulders, a small phoenix emerges out of the smoke and kind of flies with him for just a moment before dissipating. But he'll walk over to Nick. I think tonight calls for a celebration, my friends. Do you? And he'll look down at the hermit. Can you even drink?
I don't know. Not to be a negative Nancy, but it's an objective fact. I have not eaten or drinking anything since I was 12.
Guys, I've solved it. We should do shots out of the hermit's skull. We pour in his mouth. We pour the drinks in his mouth, and we drink it.
I agree. I like that. Can we do that?
Look, before I put any of my alcohol through this, let's make sure that would work the way you want it to, and I am not taking part in that.
Agreed. And I will uncork the opposite, because he has the devil's...
The demon's blood, yeah.
The demon's blood, and I have the...
Celestial Dew.
I have Celestial Dew. So I will pour a shot of Celestial Dew down the hermit's neck, or down the hermit's mouth, and then drink it through his neck.
Oh my god.
What the?
Wow.
I'm totally cool with this. Can I try it first? I want to go first.
Alright. Twilight first. Let's go.
So of course, Pius and Captain Flowers, you hear this as they're talking about, you know, celebrate and taking shots from the hermit's skull and all of that while they're outside cooking these steaks. Twilight, go ahead and roll a Constitution save. Just start with a D20.
Can I actually have some of his smoke? Can I like take some of Raph's pipe and just kind of smoke it first? May I have a puff? Please.
He'll take out his old wrapping papers and hand them over with enough tobacco to roll a cigarette. You can have some of this.
Thank you.
Sure.
So she's smoking a cigarette and taking shots from the hermit's head.
That's right,
Twilight, have you ever rolled before, Twilight?
I'm willing to try.
I mean, as far as like rolling like cigarettes and things, like you've watched her roll a joint.
Oh yeah. Okay. I know how to do that.
She still,
I thought you meant like roll on the ground or something.
She still technically has like a little roach left of the last one she had rolled.
Just making sure. I need to make sure people know how to roll. You know, if I can help, I want to help.
I'd say at least celebrate capable.
Mage hand.
Well, I thought you meant like roll on the ground, like do a little somersault, roll.
Yeah, so Twilight, just go ahead and roll a d20 there. 10. Yeah, definitely not. Even if you had another +5, it still wouldn't work. I told you to roll afterwards, so you got a nat 20 for your next roll, just because I did tell you to roll that. But the first one, okay. you get really, really drunk, really, really fast. I gotta double check the DC for the 5 or more. Yeah, 5 or more. As you begin to, not only are you drunk and have the +2 dex, +2 con, and you can feel the drunkenness, but you also start to experience hallucinations, and everyone in the room begins to look like ducks with the same like color of skin, scales, whatever they had prior to becoming a duck in your eyes. So like Raph is now a big blue duck, and Nick is a big like pinkish purpley duck, and Tempest is like a Caucasian duck.
Ape.
Do we notice the change? Like, is it an outward change as well?
You notice her pupils dilate very quickly.
Raph takes a giant puff off of his pipe and blows it in her face, and as he does, it becomes like, basically looks like a small Balrog rushing through the air at her.
Please tell me all she just hears is quacks instead of normal speech.
Feeling okay there?
We're gonna roll a % on that for how bad the illusions are. There's a 15% chance that it's all quacks, and then the next 15% is that it's all like distorted and almost seems slowed. Above that, pretty much normal speech. Yeah, pretty much normal speech is what she's hearing.
You okay there?
I'm quite fantastic.
Good.
She just rolled max on how long this lasts.
Oh my god.
Which when I had done the months originally, I had been off on my thinking on the roll. It's only weeks. But she is absolutely smashed like this for 10 weeks.
Oh, no.
Oh my.
Rip.
Oof.
Worst possible outcome.
All right.
Right. Well, who's next?
And the hermit kind of like smacks his lips too. And is like,
it's a little bitter. My head feels fuzzy too.
You need. Okay.
Hey, he's back.
Sorry, well, one of our breakers tripped.
Rip.
And the modem or the Wi-Fi router is in her office, and her entire office went dark. So,
Oh no!
Yeah. I was wondering why everybody stopped talking. Anyway, sorry.
So Pius, as for what I know you missed, Nick and the Hermit were having a fairly quiet conversation that Pius and Captain Flowers wouldn't have heard. But Wrath starts approaching as that conversation is wrapping up, and said, "Let's all have a party," which you all heard. And then Nick talking about doing shots from the Hermit's head.
Okay.
To which they have just started doing. Twilight rolled a cigarette, started smoking it, took the shot, failed by 5 or more on Celestial's Do, the angelic version of Demon's Blood, and is now experiencing vivid hallucinations in her drunken state.
Oh, God.
And she rolled the maximum for basically what type, whether the duration was minutes, hours, days, or weeks. She rolled weeks, the maximum input, and then rolled 10, the maximum time frame. So 10 weeks that she is like this.
And we all look like ducks.
Yes, and everyone just looks like ducks of the same color as what you normally would look like.
Holy shit. That's wild.
And to be said, if you can't clear this out, every creature looks like ducks now.
That's fantastic.
That's quacktastic!
Indeed. So who's next?
God.
Let's play Duck Duck Goes!
Nick, if you don't mind. Granted, I'm not doing it through his head. No offense, Hermit.
Nick, you do realize that, like, since you took the Hermit's head into your possession, you haven't actually cleaned it at any point. He has not gotten a bath.
Yeah. And there's probably viscera. I'm good.
This makes the flavor more unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But Nick.
From my experience, yeah, it made it more unique.
Right. I haven't tried yours yet. I'll trade you one of mine for one of yours, and he'll kind of shake his demon's blood bottle.
All right.
Wrath will produce a shot glass and pour out some demon's blood for you.
And I will give you some of the angelic dew.
Yeah, he'll shoot it back.
All right, con saves.
Open a notepad. Try and keep up with this because I cannot.
Nick, are you taking the shot out of the Hermit's head or just out of the shot glass straight?
I'll just do it out of the shot glass straight. Cause the hermits are all sad, guys. I don't know.
Well, what do you suppose we do about it?
No, I'll do the demon straight for right now.
All right. Con save then. Wrath, did you roll your con save already?
I did. I rolled a 17 plus 7, 24.
You pass, so you have just the buffs from it.
14 plus 7, so 21 for me.
Same thing, just the buffs. And
Wow. Carry on.
Wrath, 9 hours. That's how long you've got the buff for.
Good enough.
And Nick, you're going to have it for 9 weeks.
Ooh.
Bastard.
Demon's Blood was Strength and Con.
Yep.
And Celestial's do is Dex and Con. So, Wrath, you got Dex and Con, and Nick, you got Strength and Con.
Sweet. And it's +2? Plus
yes,
1?
+2. Plus 2 to the score, so +1 mod.
Gotcha. Thank you. I am sorry, but I am a beefy magic wielder. I am 35 hit points as a sorcerer.
Yeah.
At least for the moment.
Right.
2 without the buff.
True. Stuff is wild, though. Anyone else? Who else is drinking?
Me, I want to go again.
You look like you've had enough already.
I aggressively pushed her to the side. I want in on this.
Right. Demons?
Celestial.
That's up to Nick.
Yeah, go for it.
Hold the head.
So
Wrath will blow out a puff of smoke, and it looks like a raven is flying in circles around the head for a moment.
Hold the head.
Tempest, as you notice it kind of circle around the head, and you look out and you can see through one of the windows. You think you see a raven perched on the windowsill outside take off and begin flying away. This is pre-taking the shot.
They better not start talking to me or some shit.
All too common for ravens and crows and fairy tales to talk. Alright, roll that con save. Because I know yours isn't that good. You got a +4. I don't even have to look at your character sheet, because I remember you have a +2 mod, plus proficiency.
Well, I can be surprising.
Because the fighter kind of, dump-statted con. It doesn't really matter there. Total 8, which pretty much only could have gotten lower. So you fail by 5 or more.
Okay.
And so for a duration of 4
Be gentle.
weeks. Wait, hold on. 6 weeks, my bad.
Not your bad, what?
6 weeks. You are stupid drunk off this Celestial's do.
At least no one will know about it. Like, just all of you, don't tell my uncle.
Alright, that's 2 down.
And as far as your vivid hallucinations, Tempest, everyone appears to be various anthropomorphic animals.
Wait, how does that work?
Wrath looks totally normal for some reason. Twilight looks like a cat girl, and Nick, you can't quite tell. You think femboy. You're thinking femboy on the appearance, but a dog, and if you...
I'm offended.
You can see, of course, the hermit's head, which for both of you is still just a head. Twilight is a duck's head, and for you, Tempest, he appears to be a hellhound.
Oh my.
A hellhound head.
Okay.
And just to the future reference, when you do see Pius and Captain Flowers, Captain Flowers looks like a cross between a fox and a fox-wolf hybrid, bright red fur, and Pius looks like a protogen.
Thank you.
Oh, I've got just a fucking voice.
If you didn't do that,
everything okay?
Yep.
If I didn't make him a protogen, how can I call myself a furry?
I'm okay with this.
Yeah, and you all notice her pupils dilate very quickly again as well, just like Twilight's, and she is slurring her words immediately when she began speaking.
Everything's fine, but I'm just locked eyes on Wrath. That's freaking me out. I'm just staring at it, staring at him.
Wrath is the only one that doesn't look different is weird.
Wrath will take a slow puff off of his pipe, and then he'll blow it out to you, your left side of his mouth. And as it floats away, it becomes like a jellyfish, just bobbing through the air for a moment before disappearing.
I follow the jellyfish. Then I search the air where it disappeared.
Yep, that's 2. Should we go outside?
Do I see that too, or no?
Yeah, you see the jellyfish, and you see her following it. The red duck.
Hey, red duck, blow one for me! Yeah!
Well,
I want to
the
see
red
what
one
it goes
followed it.
into.
The fuck is he calling a duck?
That guy. He's a blue duck. Don't chase your
That's Wrath.
Wrath gives like an exacerbated parent sigh, like, and then he'll take another puff and blow straight up into the air. This time it looks like a giant squid for a second before going away.
I just run up and I try to grab the squid. Or would it be a duck in my case? Would it look like a duck?
No, it still looks like a squid. The smoke figures look like normal. They don't seem to shift. It's a magical hallucination, so it's kind of ignoring certain things.
So I have a... Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to befriend him! And I tackle her.
And I just start petting Tempest like it's a duck. It's okay.
See, ducks are chaos incarnate, vessels of madness.
I have created Pius's new form. If everyone is ready.
We're ready.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Nice.
Yarr.
Let me go ahead and save that image so I can go ahead and throw it on our live stream real quick.
As they start to wrestle, Wrath will kind of just inch his way around them and start heading outside with Pius and Captain.
Some parent.
He'll poke his head back in, take one more puff, and blow it out, and it becomes a dragon that, like, at them. It doesn't make any noise, but it looks angry as it flies towards them and then dissipates, and he's out the door.
God, you're such an asshole. I love it.
Did it scare the shit out of us?
It might. Go ahead and roll some insight checks. Or just
what?
Wait, do I need to roll an intimidation?
Yeah, roll an intimidation.
Insight. I think it's...
Do I have to roll?
Yeah, just roll a d20.
You gotta beat a 23.
Tempest, you definitely did not make it, seeing as you need a plus 15. Yeah, Twilight, you would have a plus 5 on insight, just your wisdom is a plus 5. So,
okay.
But that puts you at 23. Too bad, aggressor wins ties. Both of you get spooked a bit and kind of like jump back and like trip and fall over, and you're on your asses completely now.
Does she fall on my arms? Do I fall on her arms, or are we just like completely like right across the room?
You're separated by like maybe 6 inches now.
This is your fault.
It's your fault!
You want to take this outside?
Yes.
Alrighty, I'll see you outside.
All right.
Oh no. I just finally rolled the save for the hermit for that second shot. For the next 4 weeks, he is stupid intoxicated.
He's a what?
He is stupid intoxicated for... He got hallucinatory drunk.
Nice.
For the next 4 weeks.
Oh, I could have so much fun with this. Does he see things differently, or?
Yeah, you don't know what he's saying. And of course, like, Tempest, you would have had to have dropped the head. So his head's just kind of on the ground, pointed up. His pupils are super dilated, and his mouth is just, like, gaping open and closed like a fish. No sound.
Before we do this, Tempest, I'm gonna go grab the head.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be back.
Wait, Nick's still in there with the head, isn't he?
Yeah, Nick is still inside watching this.
Jesus.
So, Tempest, what are you going to go do with... Or, Twilight, not Tempest. Twilight, what are you going to go do with the head?
Oh, I'm gonna smack it around.
You're picking it up and going
I got
outside
me
just
another
to smack it
play
around?
toy. Oh, actually, I'm gonna actually should turn into an animal.
What do you want to turn into?
I should turn into an alligator and just kind of eat the head. Put the head in my mouth.
Play
Not
with it
hurt it
kind
or
of like a
anything, just
puppy
kinda...
does?
No. I want to go in for a kangaroo. I'm going for a kangaroo, and then I'm gonna put the head in my pouch. Yeah.
Oh boy.
So here comes Kangaroo Twilight bouncing out of the house with as she's shoving the hermit's head down into the pouch.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, what are Captain and Pius doing when we come outside?
They are just finishing up the first 2 of 6 steaks.
These are coming out great.
Oh, these are so good, Captain.
I know. Best ones I've made so far.
I love it.
I'm
I
glad
could
to
eat
hear that.
1,000,000 of these things.
I don't think you could stuff it 1,000,000 down that stomach of yours, but you could try.
So, Pius, is this like a baby tasting chocolate milk for the first time?
Oh yeah, Pius is like debating on whether he wants to change back or not at this point. Food is just amazing.
It's worth living for. Totally worth living for.
I agree.
Where did you come from?
I
Wait.
told you I was coming back out.
Wait, are you still a kangaroo?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're just hearing kangaroo noises and not words.
Is that what they sound like?
I'm not actually sure, but I think so.
When they're stupid drunk, yes. At least according to me. I've never seen a super drunk kangaroo.
That's true.
I'm pretty sure that's animal cruelty, so I don't want to find out.
I'm sure it happens
Yeah.
all the time in Australia.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Well, you know what they said about the cocaine bear.
It died.
Cocaine
You know?
bears.
It died horribly.
Kangaroo.
It bled out from its stomach, and its entire respiratory tract melted in its own body.
Good lord.
Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah, so
I mean,
there are...
there's an actual monument in the mall, like someplace. I can't. I think they moved the monument into like a Tennessee mall or something.
Did they? That's wild.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I love the movie of it though. I love the movie Cocaine Bear. It was great.
I have not watched
off
it.
topic. Something you guys gotta watch. It's hilarious.
I need to build rats. Time for your first true drink, Pius. And he'll, like, come outside and kind of slouch between Captain and Pius, kind of leaning on both of their shoulders. The bottle hanging in his right hand, his pipe in his left. So
that explains everything.
As exciting as this is, should I really be doing that on my first night as a Nuri?
I mean, you're shoving enough food down your throat to kill a man. What harm is a drink gonna cause?
Very true.
That's a fair point. Fuck it.
Hey. And he'll hand the shot glass to Captain Flowers. And he'll take out a second pipe from his pocket. And this one, much simpler, elegant, like carved wood, simple, like round patterns on it, with a like a bronze bowl in it. And he'll put a little tobacco in it and hand it to Pius. Smoke on that for just a minute. You gotta get a good taste in your mouth for these things. And he'll pour Captain a shot.
Feels like I'm back on the boat with the boys.
All right.
The biggest rip for a first timer you've ever seen.
Wrath is having so much fun exploring what this has done to Pius.
Oh, fucking hell, Wrath!
That's good.
Hold on. So when the smoke exhales, in the smoke, we all see, for lingering around Pius, the smoke forms moving shapes that reenact the bearer's most impressive and heroic achievements for 5 minutes.
And this is where you're going to have a very, very confusing moment. As you see the form of a box-like structure, like a telephone box structure, pop up. And you see two female figures on one side of a room it's formed. One male. And you can see off to the side that Pius appears to be facing. There's another group of 8 people that seem to be on the other side of some type of clear wall. And Pius seems to be shouting at them and motioning for them to leave, to go.
As you angrily cough and you say what you said, Wrath just gestures back towards it for you to look.
What's happening?
Do we all see this too, or is this just
Yes,
Pius?
everyone sees this.
All of you see it. And Pius, you would immediately recognize the scene as that same memory, but from a new perspective.
It's never a good thing to forget who we are, Pius. And he's uncorking the bottle and pouring another shot.
But I've been trying to forget for so long.
I never said you couldn't change. And he'll hand the shot over to him.
So this is supposed to be most heroic deed. So for whatever reason, this magic considers this to be more heroic than defeating Acrid.
Does it just keep repeating that same, like, Pious just screaming at the window?
It seems to be in, like, super slow motion over that handful of seconds it happens.
It's 5 minutes.
5 minutes? Oh, yeah, it basically just keeps repeating. Occasionally it'll flash to a battle where you essentially see Nick and Pious fighting against an eldritch abomination, almost. It is a lich, but you notice there's a couple of tentacle-like protrusions in place of its arms. Occasionally a flash to that, and then it'll flash back to the other scene as well.
Pious starts crying.
Wrath just puts his hand on your shoulder.
Yeah.
I'll go over there and comfort him too.
I always thought I was a monster. But maybe I wasn't so bad.
Here's the thing, Pious. Magic, it doesn't discriminate. There's good and there's bad. There's black and there's white. This is good.
See. And then he takes the shot.
All right, go ahead and roll that Constitution save.
Please, for the love of God.
You got this.
Well, not as bad as I thought it would be. 15.
That is a fail, but you're only drunk.
Yes.
And it only lasts for 2 minutes.
Sorry, what'd you say, Jess?
So the buff portion of it, the DexCon, only lasts for 2 minutes, but you are drunk for like a full hour.
I'm okay with that.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. And this time you can taste. You can actually taste it, unlike last time.
We got them, boys.
And you notice that it has a soot-like flavor to it, as well as like a dark cherry blossom tone as well. The texture is thick, almost like milk compared to water for how thick the liquid is.
That's actually pretty good.
Hey.
Thank you. I needed that.
I think we all do.
Yeah.
Thank you for being the first one.
You're welcome.
Said the kangaroo.
The kangaroo. Wow.
That first one, so I felt like it was like the, first one to drink, so you're welcome. Perfect time.
Meanwhile, the hermit's like, get me the frick out of here!
I just start smashing him down in my pouch
doesn't
even
seem
more.
to be making any noise. He's just literally sitting there with his mouth gaping open and closed. If you take any more looks at him, he just seems to be stuck in fish mode at the moment.
Fish mode.
Oh, shit.
He's perma-tripping.
I love that for him.
Wrath will excuse himself to go use the bathroom around the other side of the house. I'll be right back, and he'll pocket the pipe that he had handed you.
So as Wrath is like rounding the corner to the back, and we're nearing like the end of this 5 minutes with the smoke, you see it form one last image, and it's different than the rest of them. In Pious, you are standing in front of a tower nearly 100 stories tall. No other context can be gained. Just you standing outside of this very tall tower.
Does it look different than the Mage's Tower we were at?
It looks kind of similar in design, except the Mage's Tower wasn't 100 floors tall.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Okay.
Wrath will pause only enough to see if the image moved or changed, and then pretend like you didn't see it and continue.
Yeah, so as it's shifting, just because of that like height difference, it's Pious standing in front of this tower, and then it seems to zoom out, and you can see more and more of the tower, wide, almost half a mile in diameter, and at least 100 stories in height. At least in my head, which is very hard for me to describe, but almost like the Tower of Babel. The image of the Tower of Babel.
Wow. Continues.
Do we have any more shenanigans for the night?
We should go find the tower.
I'm not sure it's even on this continent.
Yeah, Nick, you'd be the most researched, knowledgeable about things like towers and such, and you've never seen a tower like this through any of your research, any of your travels. You've never seen or heard of anything like that.
Left in the dark again.
Let's call it a night for today.
Yeah, I'm tired.
I agree.
So if everyone is going to bed,
Is there a stick lying around?
A snake? No, you've a steak or a snake?
Stick.
Stick.
Stick. Okay. Yeah, there's plenty of sticks all over the place.
Are they pretty big?
Ranging in size from like a Harry Potter wand all the way up to like 5-foot branches.
Perfect. I want one of those 5-foot branches.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Kangaroo Twilight picks up a giant branch. I don't, actually. I do not see where this is going.
Oh, wow. So I'm just gonna take the hermit out. I guess I'm still a kangaroo, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the hermit's head out, and I'm just gonna smash it on the stick. You know, like a head on a stick.
Head on a pike.
Oh my
gosh.
Please
And then
tell me
I'm
someone
gonna take
is
the
with you.
witch's head, and I'm gonna take another stick, and I'm gonna do the same thing with the witch's head.
Roll strength with disadvantage, so 2d20, and you take the lower of the two.
2d20 strength. Strength.
As a kangaroo, you would have a 17 strength, so a +3. So your worst roll was a 14. Not enough to get the hermit's head to actually stick on there. Not fully and properly, at least. And for the life of you, no matter how hard you try, you just cannot get the head to stick.
I just throw the stick and I just put the head back in my pouch and going, damn it, it didn't work.
So steaks and sleep is what it sounds like everyone's preparing to do, except maybe Wrath.
Wrath would just like to quickly contact Patches again and request 2 scrolls of Lesser Restoration.
What level spell is Lesser Restoration?
2nd level.
2nd level?
Yep.
Right.
It would be an uncommon item, I believe.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm just double checking the rarity on that.
I actually have that spell.
Yeah, it's uncommon.
Okay.
So yeah, that would be 200 gold for each one.
Roger. Paid off. And yeah, he would approach Pius and say, hey, in the morning, mind using these on the thumb too?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks. Drink too much. Couldn't hold it.
Yeah. Kind of wish I had, though. Oh well.
I think we all carry some weight on us, Pius. And I'm sorry that I exposed yours first. I expected it to be something good.
It's okay. My past is a lot for me to handle. I spent so many years trying to get rid of it, but I can't. So I have to face it at some point.
Well, whenever that point comes, we all stand with you.
Pius starts crying again.
Wrath, tries to hold, comfort in whatever way. He's not sure how, physical you are,
Well, 5'7", average build, I guess.
Well, no, he's, trying to be wary of any boundaries you have as far as, touching, I guess.
Oh, yeah, Pius has no... I mean, he looked at Nellie L's crotch, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he has no, social boundaries, no idea how that works, so...
Okay, so yeah, he'll just, hug you and try and comfort you.
And since Pius has never cried before, it's like that... It's like that ugly fucking cry. Fucking snot and tears and just a mess.
Wrath just ignores it. He's just kind of staring at the sky, thinking.
I go up to him and I kind of give him the head, Hermit's head, so he can kind of blow his nose on it. It's like a tissue.
Yeah, I'm gonna blow my nose in the Hermit's hair.
In his hair, okay. I halfway expected you to say mouth.
Oh no, Jesus!
I was thinking the mouth, not the nose.
Oh. Well, the hair is more is closer to cloth than skin would be. So
yeah, so you get your nose blown all over his head.
And then
he's just dirtier than he was before.
And then I take out the witch's head, and I just kind of have him like a make-out session, play with dolls on the heads. It's kind of bashing them together and making them make out.
You'll notice that she's had this head. Well, Pixie and her collectively have had this head for 15 days. Roughly 14 days, and it is starting to stink and look something bad.
Great idea for a makeout session with the Hermit.
You can tell it's getting a little slimy, even.
Wrath. Maybe I should use the scrolls tonight.
I'm not sure it would make much of a difference, if I'm being honest.
That's a good point.
But
I'm gonna go to bed. I need some sleep.
We could always use some rest. I'll take first watch, and he'll kind of post up just outside of the door, puffing on his new pipe.
All right. Did anyone else have anything they wanted to do before the sleep? Because Twilight Tempest, the two of you are probably going to pass out pretty quickly. You can tell you're getting tired.
I'm just going on the magic carpet and sleeping up there with the head.
Above the house?
Yeah.
Oakley dokley. Yeah, Nick.
So before I do that, I'm just going to kind of have the magic carpet kind of go into circles. You know, upside down, like loop-de-loos, like a roller coaster.
Roll 2d20 with roll 2d20. You're taking the lower of the two. Gotta love disadvantage on checks. Yeah, because you gotta keep yourself on the carpet as it goes upside down.
Okay. Okay, so I'm not the kangaroo. So it would be average, so I'm thinking it would be...
You have a +6, because dexterity. Or... No, you're not the one. Yes, you are the one with the +6. Your worst was an 11. You do not manage to hold on to the carpet while trying to hold on to the head. So you come crashing down to the ground with the head. And you take... You're about 30 feet up. So you take 13 fall damage. Not that it's real important because you'll heal that when you sleep.
Okay, well, I guess that was stupid, so let's just go on the magic carpet and up.
You are unconscious. We'll say that. You knocked yourself out in your drunken stupor.
Well, that sucks.
Nick, Captain Flowers, the two of you are sober enough and outside enough to see that she just did this. And the magic carpet's just kind of descending on its own.
I'm still not surprised.
Yeah. It's pretty funny to watch, though.
Oh, absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, that's about right. Should we do anything?
Probably put her inside.
I mean, if she's a kangaroo, though, wouldn't her fur coat protect her from the...
She's human at this point again.
Oh, okay. Might as well take her inside.
Yeah, probably for the best.
Okay.
And when she hit the ground, the hermit's head rolled a few feet away.
Also,
he seems to be asleep.
That goes back with me.
I think that thing needs a bath, by the way.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pick him up by his nasty, mucusy, dirty hair. You might want to clean him.
I will actually, as we approach, I will prestidigitation and just clean both of them. Because, whoa.
You notice that the hermit doesn't come completely clean the first time you cast it. You end up having to cast it 3 times to get him clean.
Oh.
It seems like he hasn't bathed in a couple 100 years.
Why? Just why? It's just...
He lived in a cave.
Why? There are springs. There are ways to get clean. Never mind. Yeah, he goes back on my belt loop. Y'all handle her. I don't know how to approach that.
Should we throw her in the brig?
I think the brig would be a good place for her.
It's like old times.
I just
grab one arm.
And I'll grab one leg.
Drag her inside and toss her in her room.
All right, Tempest, how about you? How are you handling the going to bed? You're not coming over the mic.
Whoops. Okay, let's see. Okay, so who's still present around me that didn't go take her off to the brig?
I think we all went inside.
Yeah, pretty much everyone's heading inside right now.
Wrath is gonna come back out to take watch, though.
Then Wrath will find me barely making it to the front door, just passed out on the ground.
Grab him another one! Just start dragging you into.
One of my one arm and one leg.
Yep.
I was gonna say, as one of the people who requires little to no sleep in this party, I will join in and move the body along as well.
What do you do with the drunken
sailor?
What do you do with
the
drunken
So you're gonna put the hermit in his little room?
His cupboard.
His cupboard.
His cupboard.
Early in the morning.
Yeah, so as a whole, you all can get some decent rest. Nothing eventful happens during like the watch periods and such. Pius, despite the fact that you still shouldn't actually fall asleep with this change, you do. You actually do fall asleep. And
Hell yeah.
you wake up part of the way through the night, and you can hear an older, gravelly male voice seeming to whisper outside of the house a little ways.
Who's someone there?
You don't hear a response. You can tell the voice seems to be, like, stressed. Almost frustrated, maybe.
Sorry, I don't remember if you said this. Do I recognize the voice at all?
No. No, you do not.
Is there a window in my room?
No.
Okay, I'm going out of the house then.
So as you're heading out, Wrath's already turned in for the night by this point. You figure it's been several hours, and Nick is sitting outside in his trance position, but doesn't seem to take any note of you as you pass by them.
I keep trying to follow the voice.
As you head out around the back of the house, the voice starts to get clearer and clearer, and you can hear it. Every time I find a way to get the equation to come out correctly for a single result, it becomes unstable, and the power output could tear down the entirety of Invictus Terra. What am I missing? Amy, can you come here? I need some assistance. And about this time, you realize you're standing at the door of a large office space. Everything seems to be a sterile white, bookcases along the walls, and an old man is sitting at a desk, covered with books.
Why does this all look familiar? Who are you?
That's a strange question, Amy. I'm Druindar, your friend, your co-worker.
My name isn't Amy, it's Pius.
That's You should head to see Dr. Venus. I think something may be wrong with your servos.
Nothing is wrong with me. Where am I?
You're at Site 19 in the chronergy department. Are you sure you're okay, my friend?
No. I'm never okay. Every time that I come back to this place, it's like ripping at everything that I am. What did you do to me?
Nothing that I know of. Did one of my experiments go wrong? One that I haven't performed yet? Did it erase your memory? Send you through time? This isn't right.
I was thinking the same thing.
So if you're not my Amy, then who are you?
I told you I am pious.
My apologies. I get distracted. I hadn't noticed you tell me you were pious. My apologies.
I am sorry as well. I don't remember much about where I came from. Only bits and pieces. But the main memory still stands that Acrid was my former master.
Acrid. That name sounds familiar. Very, very familiar. And he walks over to one of the bookcases, stands up very abruptly, knocking the rolling office chair backwards as he does so. And you can see some of the names of the authors on the various books on the shelf. And you notice that several of them have the name Wilfred Goldrudder. A couple of them have Dr. Druendar Rythal. Another that pops up on a lot of them is Cassidra Hakari. And he pulls a somewhat large tome off the shelf. It looks far older than the rest of them. It looks more like a fantasy book, whereas the others seem to be modern, clean-cut, squared-out books. And it has a gold trim with green casing. And he kind of tosses it on the desk, and as he's opening it, you can tell that the writing seems to be in another language, one that you don't know. The alphabet is somewhat similar to that of Common, but there are differences. And you can see the author's name, and it seems to just be the name using this alternate alphabet. You can't quite read what seems to be the first name, 3 letters, but the next 2 are Jack Harkness.
Does that ring any bells to me?
No.
Who is Jack?
Some adventurer. How many? Almost 13 millennia ago, I'd say. Went on some great quest with allies from the town of Pallet. Something about saving the Highroad. That part's not all that important in this book. It's
wait, what? Something's not right. I'm doing that right now.
you notice as you're saying this and kind of having a little bit of a malfunction mentally, everything kind of seems to start turning to smoke and fading away. And you shoot up straight from where you had been laying down sleeping. You wake up in a cold sweat.
Wait, I have more questions. Oh. God damn it. What is happening?
Nick, at this time, Wrath would have already gone to sleep, and you would be taking that watch now. And you hear Pius jump up and, oh wait, I have more questions, and you can hear he sounds very agitated.
Pius, what's going on?
I don't know. I saw a man. I saw books. Jack. It doesn't make any sense. None of it makes any sense. I can't explain it. It's. Is that what a dream is? Was it a dream? I don't even know.
Dreams can be very surreal. I
But
I don't know whether to tell you it was or was not. That's really not my place.
But it felt so real. It felt like I was actually there. I could feel the cold tiles on my feet. I could feel the pain in my throat. I don't know if I want to be a Nuri anymore. I hate these emotions. They're really hindering me right now. The food is great, but... I hate this so much.
Nick, something seems familiar about the name Jack to you.
I'll sit in the lotus position, and I will, if Pius is okay with it, I will hold them and lay their head in my lap.
Yes.
And with hearing the name Jack, I will absent-mindedly stroke their head to get them to calm down.
There was a book. The man that I was speaking to. Sorry, go ahead.
And absorb the information that you give me. Go ahead.
There was a book the man had that I was speaking to. There's a story in this book of a man named Jack that traveled with heroes on the Highroad. And he said that it was millennia ago. But we're doing that right now. Who else would be on the Highroad?
I don't know.
It's all so confusing.
I agree.
Private message. Where are you? There you are. There we go. That took a moment. Yeah, so the two of you basically have all night to be able to just sit there. Pius, ultimately, you still get your full rest. Your processing and such would still happen in the same time frame.
Okay.
So, two of you are free to discuss, just sit and be calm or whatever until morning comes.
Sweet.
Otherwise, there are no occurrences through the night, and everyone wakes up rested. A couple of you still noticeably drunk.
Oh yeah, that's right. Here. And then I use the scrolls on Tempest and Twilight.
Woo! What a rush. I could get used to this.
So the two of you are still a little bit tipsy. All of you that have the effects of the alcohols, or you have like just a little bit of a buzz, not enough to impair you.
Right.
It's warm.
Yeah, and as you all are coming out in the room, Nick and Pius don't seem to be inside of the house.
I run out there.
I'm just gonna search for breakfast. That's all I care about.
You're gonna head out and
Buy
immediately
me some
start trying to hunt.
coffee.
Well, that would be a survival check from Tempest. What's Wrath doing?
Wrath is waiting. Yeah, honestly, he's waiting for everyone to be finished up with their morning routine, picking up anything that was left out that would no longer be in the house once it collapsed.
Alright, you have the Hermit's Head.
Thought Nick had you. Nick!
It was in the cupboard.
Oh, yes. Right. Good morning. Nick!
Yeah, he still seems to be, he doesn't seem to be, like, you know, mouthing like a fish anymore, but he still seems to be asleep and not waking up to all of the sound here. Captain Flowers, how about you as you notice, like, Tempest and Twilight running outside? What do you start doing?
I'm your Nick. Can I have him?
Hold on. Captain Flowers, what are you doing?
Oh.
I'm eating steak. What are you doing?
You're eating steak? You just had some steak tucked away, already cooked, eating it cold. So you're staying in the house then, okay.
It was in his cheek all night.
It was in his cheek all night.
Sucking the flavors
for the
out.
morning.
Yeah.
That's how we did it on the boats.
Yeah, I'd make sure about who was doing what here before we actually moved into any type of resolutions. Because Wrath wouldn't get to the head until a little bit into making sure everything's cleared up. Which we'll start over at Tempest. Tempest, you just kind of blow through the door, heading straight out. With a 17 in the hour you're out, you're able to find a couple of rabbits that seem to have recently passed away. They seem to have frozen in the middle of the night. For whatever reason, their fur was too thin and they just couldn't make it. So that's like 4 pounds of rabbit meat. And then you also find like 4 pounds worth of raspberries over the hour that you're out searching for all of this. Twilight, as you're actually coming out the door and you're like kind of paying attention to it, you notice that Pius is like laid down, head in Nick's lap. And Nick's eyes seem to be watering slightly.
So they're not awake?
Nick and Pius both seem to be awake. Just Pius is laying in Nick's lap, and Nick's just kind of stroking Pius's hair, and eyes seem to be teared up slightly.
Poor babies. So am I still seeing ducks, or did that scroll help me?
The scroll took that away.
Damn. Why'd you do that?
Well, we need you at your best, Twilight.
I just start going over there and I just start stroking their hairs too.
Both of them?
Offering
Nick
them.
and Pius?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Alright, Nick and Pius, the Twilight is petting you.
Maybe I don't want to change back. Just yet. This feels nice.
Oh.
Hey, Pius, do you have any ball bearings?
Oh yeah, I have. I have a shit ton. I probably shouldn't eat them right now, but how many?
Don't let the flesh one eat the metal thing. Here from inside.
I'm just gonna warm it up. God damn it! I'm just gonna warm it up for him. See how it tastes.
Yeah, Wrath, it only takes you a few minutes to check and make sure, and no one really seems to have left too much. It's mostly just bedrolls that need dragged out so they can be rolled up and put on packs.
Okay, and that's what he's doing, is clearing out the house. And yeah, trying to find Nick with the head kind of held a little further from his body than it seems like, it should be. But
when you get to that point, Captain Flowers is kind of still sitting in the house, like nomming on half of a cold steak, finishing it up. But he is sitting in the house as you finish.
For the day.
What?
You gotta close up. Yeah, come on.
Are you still carrying on that head?
Yeah, I'm sure Nick's outside. I've cleared everything else in here.
All right.
Want him?
I'll take him.
All right, here you go.
I thank you.
No, thank you. So once everyone is outside and everything is outside, Wrath will hold up his hands, and the house of cards collapses in on itself. And as it does so, it kind of funnels down into a organized little deck of cards. And he picks it up.
All right.
We should play Pickup 52.
That's what I just did. But I think it took a lot more than 52 cards to build that.
The deck does appear to be only 52 cards when you pick it back up, though.
That's true. But we can't use it again until tomorrow. However, I was thinking.
Poker!
Well, we have a chance here to commemorate this place and all of our new experiences and everything gained. But it could go terribly wrong. He digs in his pack for just a second, and then he pulls out a bean. Huh?
What are you implying?
We plant it.
Oh.
I can't get on my character sheet to see how many of these I have, but I know I have
You have
one.
2.
Okay.
I saw that earlier when I was messing with all the character sheets.
I can do mold earth and we can plant it.
It's got to be a party vote. You'll look around at everyone.
Pius gives a thumbs up.
Go for it!
Tempest, who's not even nearby, go for it!
Nick?
Uh-oh, we lost
He's
Nick.
thinking about it. Captain, what do you think?
Hey, we should go for it.
I think if Nick were still conscious with us, he would say yes.
He would say yes, indeed.
Nick is lost
I
deep
could
in
just start
thought,
smacking him
tears
around
in
and-
their eyes, for some reason.
Wait, anybody come back now?
I could just start smacking him and say, "Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!"
Oh. Did it work?
If Pius is okay with it, I'm okay with it.
Alright. So, I will plant a bag of bean.
Let us roll a percent roll.
Why not, right?
Yep, go ahead and roll that
Commemorate.
D100 for me there, Rap,
Alright,
since it's
here
your
we go.
bean.
Here we go. 48.
48. Oh, I love that. Alright, so it takes about a minute before anything really actually grows. And when it does, you notice that a space about... about 25 feet by 25 feet, just plants rise up in it, like a mossy plant rises up out of the ground and begins screaming at an unreasonable volume.
Shit! I think we got a bad one!
Yeah, 11 of them appeared.
Oh my god.
Yes, these are shriekers. They're the same screaming fungus you already dealt with.
Pius starts screaming at them again.
Which, Tempest, you're not even there, but you can hear these things while you're out collecting the food.
There's no fucking way. I'm coming straight back once I get the food.
Wrath just starts walking through and just suddenly Tempest hears loud claps of thunder. He's just trying to start clearing the area of them with thunderclap.
Whoa, it sounds like they're fighting now. Now I'm interested.
Here we go.
Don't start without me!
By the time Tempest gets back, y'all would have had them cleared out for sure. It wouldn't take that long.
Well, it was worth a shot, I guess.
That'd be true.
I need to be more careful with how I scream in this form.
Oh yeah, your throat will hurt.
Sure does.
Should have warned you.
That's okay. Does anybody have any water?
Here's some water for you.
Y'all have had like full water skins this whole time, mostly just relying on good berries since they give you hydration.
Yeah.
Well, that's a little better. Thanks, Cap.
You're welcome.
A little stagnant.
Well, shall we continue then?
Continue.
Yeah.
All right. With Pius now in a smaller form, Wrath will take the lead.
So y'all got about like a good like 20 to 30 minutes after you finish clearing the Shriekers before Tempest even gets back to the camp.
We definitely
she
wait
returns
on
with a couple of rabbits and a bunch of raspberries.
A good breakfast then.
Hey.
I was hoping for the coffee, but okay.
If you want to look for beans, go for it. But we're leaving when we're done.
I asked you to go buy some coffee.
You have.
They were closed.
What, do you expect there to be a Starbucks out here?
You're damn right.
Not during this time of season.
Yeah, they just got hot chocolate in the winter.
And that's only when those little tree elves, gnomes, or whatever actually do it.
I know. I should call. Well, why don't you guys call Patches for me and ask him for some coffee?
As soon as you start thinking about Patches and buying coffee, Patches pops out of your ring. Strange, I didn't expect you to call me so soon.
Yeah, oh, kitty, give me some coffee. I'm having a horrible hangover.
You know what? I feel sympathy for that, for a hangover.
Thank you.
So I'm not going to make you a coffee. I don't have the means to do that here. I will, however, give you a pound of coffee beans for only 1 gold.
I just hang up.
Wow.
Doesn't want coffee bad enough to pay for it.
Wow.
I just don't want to grow my own coffee beans.
Either he was ripping you off, or those were going to be some good coffee beans.
And you expected me to do it.
I thought he had some already instantly made.
Do I have any coffee beans left?
Oh, that's right. I don't think the coffee beans were on your character sheet.
They're not.
Let's see. You had collected like quite a few pounds of them, actually, or about a pound of them. And you basically, yeah, you'd still have some.
I'll start making coffee.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much.
Yarr.
Yeah, Tempest, when you get back to the camp, you can smell the wonderful aroma of coffee.
Coffee.
Oh, stretch. Yeah, so we got through 1 whole night in 3 hours.
There was a lot to intake, though.
It was.
Yes, it was a big night. So, that is the start of Chapter 2 for us. We will go ahead and wrap it up there so we don't have to get in the middle of anything else and try to wrap it up by the end of the 4th hour. But yeah, you've had breakfast and you are ready to get back on the road.
Hell yeah.
Great.
Wait? Wait for what?
Oh, I said awesome.
Oh, okay, I misheard you. Yeah. Yep, so we will wrap up there, and we will come back to everyone being on the road. Pius has a dream to think about, as well as this mysterious tower that he apparently knows and went to and is considered a heroic deed, whatever he did.
Yarr.
I'm so sorry, by the way. I thought it was going to be something great.
No, it's okay. It is great.
It's just a heroic scene. It doesn't give you all the context, though.
That's true.
Yeah,
We'll
so
find out
your
at some
three
point, I'm
your
sure.
three great deeds appear to have been the moment that box exploded and killed Esme and Ralda. Something to do with those 8 people on the other side of the glass. Defeating Acrid and this mysterious giant tower.
Sweet.
So, for everybody watching, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here. We hope to continue bringing this awesome